What is going on, guys? This is Allegedly Podcast, episode probably 5, or no, 6.
You keep saying 5.
The number is very confusing.
We just keep going. Keep going. Keep moving.
I'm Wandy. This is Sharisa.
Marius.
Faith.
Ninja. All right.
And Shen.
Yup, we're back at it again.
The
I
crew,
hope you guys
is
liked
back, yeah.
last week's episode. It was our first video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
How you guys been?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty
man.
good.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Not too much
That's
going on.
good. That's good. Anything you we guys want to start off with, or should we go directly to the topics?
I mean, you can show
Vibes.
us. Yeah.
Apart from the weather being cold today.
Weather in Pittsburgh is
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Crazy out here.
I mean, it's December, so.
And
it's
Pittsburgh.
It's Pittsburgh, yeah.
I
What
feel
you
like-
guys expecting?
starts
So-
out-
I feel like I
Christmas,
haven't
though.
still gotten used to the weather here.
Which
It was good, and then it's like.
it was. I mean,
you're
guys,
always
it's,
enjoying too
yeah,
much.
it's
The
an
party's
introduction
over.
to
Then
the
boom,
winter.
yeah.
You guys are getting used to everything that's not supposed to happen around
Exactly.
here.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting used
Exactly.
to it.
This cold is not one of it.
You need some cold hair. You need
Exactly. This week we were trying to talk about the new Netflix show. She's Gotta Have It. It's a Netflix original based on what's the guy's name?
it. Spike
Spike
Lee.
Lee.
Spike Lee's original
Big
movie
guy.
that happened
Big
sometime
producer,
back.
nigga.
And the
Spike
storyline
Lee.
goes, it's single woman in her is she in her mid 30s or mid 20s?
20s, yeah,
20s.
20s.
Early 20s. That has multiple sexual partners and how people get to perceive her throughout her.
Can we also mention that she's single with no children
No
and she is an
children.
artist living
Wow.
alone?
And she
Very
pays her
important.
bills herself.
Okay, now.
And what's the city?
But a
New
little bit
York,
New York,
New
New
York,
York.
New
Brooklyn.
York.
Rich guy pays for the bills, but it's okay.
Yeah, rich guy pay for the bills.
It's part of the benefit.
It's
Yeah,
Hey,
okay.
hey,
yeah,
now.
we just
She's
want
so
okay.
Facebook
Hey, now.
bills.
we want to talk about how
Facebook.
that not specifically about the movie, but how a woman in this day and age, how people see her and if what she's doing is seen as a normal thing. Do we accept it in the 21st century? Are we all open-minded towards it, or is there? What are you guys' thoughts? What do you guys think about that?
Well, I mentioned about her being single and not having any children for a reason because I feel like she's more free to move the way she want to move because nothing binds her to anything. So she's figuring out herself. And in her case, I think it is acceptable. She's at a young age where you have to feel around so you can know what you like and what you want to settle down in for life. You can't do it too soon. So
Yeah.
you got to live and figure it out one day. And that's what she's doing. So
Okay,
I'm okay
nice.
with it.
So are you don't mind? You think it's it's her,
I
it's
feel
her
like
rights?
it's just a passage through life. A way for you to figure out who you are, what you like, what you don't like,
I got you.
and you live a little before you settle down. You want to know that you've experienced things before you find the one.
Yeah, you've
So.
done it all.
Yeah.
Shen, would you-
Well, I'm thinking she admit that she's the odd woman out, so to speak. She's abnormal. She said it.
Yep.
So it's like how is it that okay, even in her circle of friends, we saw what happened with her roommate.
Mm-hmm.
No one kind of picked up on okay, this is how I need to explore my sexuality thing. She's like the only one out here doing it like that.
Can I tell you why she's the odd man out? Everyone else cares about how they're perceived, and she doesn't.
Yeah.
Because it's not about any of
Yes,
y'all.
but
It's
that
all
says
about
a lot
me.
about what
But besides, yeah, go ahead.
young girls are being groomed to how to conduct themselves. Like it's saying a lot about society because she's doing something that we can admire, yeah, but why is she the only one around?
Actually, I don't
doing
admire
this?
what she's doing. And then, I just don't see it as a great things for a woman to do. You know what I mean? I mean, for anybody, it doesn't matter for a man or woman to have
Okay.
so many partners like that. I mean, probably she's getting protected.
You mean
But
protected sex?
protected sex,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
because
That's
nowadays,
important.
yep.
Wrap it up.
Yep, wrap it up. You gotta wrap it up. You don't wanna end up you know what I mean? These days, you know what I mean? The STD vibes, you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely not good. I'd rather have one partner that I'm dedicated to. I mean, it's more you just you just experience better things with just one partner. You know what I mean?
In her defense, what if she's trying to find that one, but she's going through these to find out what she likes and what she doesn't like in a
It's her
person?
road.
What if that's
Yeah,
like
like-
a discovery? Because you don't know what you like and don't like without trying stuff sometimes,
It's
right?
like a
Yes,
job
yes.
interview where they have so many people,
Application.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many
Applicants,
Applications.
yeah.
Yeah.
applicants.
It's like
Yeah.
you interview each person,
So-
hire them, and then
Yeah.
fire them, or do you like just
Just
interview
work
a
it
whole
out.
bunch?
Okay, just stick around.
Or you
Just
say, like,
keep you.
I
Hire a
tried
whole
out
bunch
enough
and then
people, like I've been with like 4 or 5 like let's say I'm the guy and I've been like 5 women, and do
Okay.
I go I've been with the 5 women for me to make the decision now, or like should you be like I need to discover more? Like that's the thing.
I don't think that's what she's experienced. She's more like trying to experience just have so many partners at the same time.
I think
I-
this is what she
no,
I think she's
but
making a
I don't
statement.
see it more as an interview. Like it's just like something fun. She's just playing games, and like that's pretty much what she's
No,
doing.
I don't
this
think
is what
so.
she had said.
don't agree.
The
She
women
said-
are
Yeah.
gonna have a
With
lot
faith,
to
I don't
say.
agree.
No, she had said specifically that in each partner she gets something she cannot find in the other
True.
person.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
So
Yeah.
Remember I said
probably
that
she's
today?
on that way where she's gonna find a well-rounded person who's gonna have every single quality she's finding in each single partner. And she's also, she admits it, she's lost, she's trying to find herself, like, is this what I like? Do I like women? Do I like men?
Then
Do
she
I
doesn't
like
know what she
one
wants
man?
then,
Do
I
I
guess.
like men that are married?
Then
So
how-
She's
that's
saying
what
it's
she's
okay
trying to
Yeah, that's what she's
to
trying to
come
find
upon
out.
the answer, and it's
Okay.
okay to do her thing
While
as
she
she
figures it
feels.
out.
As she
While
feels.
she, yeah, like
This is
wherever
how
she
she's
gets,
figuring it out.
wherever the wind is
that's-
blowing
she
her,
should just go ahead and settle down with
as
one
long
dude.
as she's safe with it.
No, not settle down, but like
No, I'm just asking just to be like the devil's advocate here, just to be on the other side. Just
I
you
feel
know.
like there's a lot of people on the other
I
side.
know.
Yeah, that's-
no. That's why that's how the
On this
debate is
side.
for. You
He's
know what I
on.
mean?
He's in the
No, I'm
same.
just
Yeah,
like
I'm
trying to
not-
bring the conversation
I'm
into
just-
this. Like,
He's on the
just
safe
trying to
side of
bring
the
it-
argument.
No, she has to know what she's looking for.
Okay.
She doesn't obviously have to have sex with them.
Okay.
Do you guys understand what I mean? She doesn't obviously have to have sex with them.
But
Because
What
girls
is-
usually have at least 5, 6, 7 guys they talk to.
Oh my god.
Texting,
She's like, that's not that's not what
texting,
it is.
everything, texting. But
No.
texting, dating, that's why it's like,
You
it's,
have
you know what I mean?
That's a lot.
I'm losing out of something.
Me too,
I feel
guess.
like she's exploring her sexuality.
She's exploring her
And
sexuality.
There is no big issue there.
Okay.
Because if it's a guy, okay, what about if it was a guy? Will you be saying others? Maybe because you think it's wrong because it's a woman doing that.
If it's a guy, I mean,
You see, society.
the boy
Yeah, and
So what's
that's,
the
well, that's what we were trying to get
Boys,
to.
boy
Like,
can
if
be out
it's a
there.
guy,
I mean, I don't know if you guys understand. Like, if you see where I'm from, like in Togo, okay,
okay.
polygamy is still legal.
For
Polygamy
man's
or
side,
polygyny?
where-
Men's side,
where a man can
men
marry multiple
can
women.
have more than one woman. in
that's
my country.
polygyny, though. That polygamy is both sides. Women with multiple husbands.
Okay.
Also, it includes men with
Oh,
multiple
actually, it
wives.
can happen
So
with
it's
women too.
polygyny.
Yeah, polygamy.
Oh, so you're
So,
really
rich,
talking?
so women can marry multiple
guys. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
balanced
So
out.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
balanced. Yeah, so like, but most of the time, it's the man who end up marrying 2, 3, 4, 5 women,
I got you.
going to the same like legally, like
Yeah.
they sign paper, everything. Then this wife know that hey, he has another wife. You know what I mean? So.
And you know your wife number 1, wife
Well, number 2, number 3, and then they all have each day that he has to spend with her. But you have to prove also like that you can afford definitely more than 2, 3 wives.
Yeah,
You know
I've,
what I mean?
I've spoken
Yeah,
on this a lot.
your house has to be big enough. Your like fortune has to be big enough. Like
It
in
ain't-
order
yeah,
for you
like
to
what
go
they
to the
tryna make
to wherever to do to get married with more than 2, 3, 4 wives. So for me, I think for a man to have so many partners,
It's a good thing.
it's
It's
not a
understanding.
good thing
It's
from a perspective,
It's not
but I think
common-
it's
it's not common nature.
acceptable,
it's
you think?
acceptable. Thank you. It is
more
acceptable.
normal to
It's
you.
more normal to me than a woman to just. I mean, but
Because when women have
I think
multiple
that's what they're
husbands,
trying to break
Yeah, that's what
in this
the
show.
show is
Exactly,
about.
which I actually like. I like that side that they're trying to break that down. So yeah, the fact that we
So
we
do you
just-
like? Do you think it's a balance?
it's balanced, yeah,
So it's like it's not a it's a good thing.
yeah.
It's a
Well,
good way to look at it.
I want to ask more about the other side of it. When women marry like more than one husband,
Right.
is it like how they say? This is what I read about. Is it more for like political, like family benefits, like political alliance, like bringing in a resource? Like she don't necessarily have to be having
Intercourse?
intimate relations with the other guy. It's just more like, okay, now our family can trust each other because we're now bound by contract and stuff.
I think the
Like you
sexual,
bring in resources when
You
the
still
woman
gotta
is the
have
one
sex.
who's having more than one guy.
I haven't heard much about the woman marrying a lot of guys.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like
Yeah, I never hear that.
Well, that's what you should say polygyny.
Yeah,
Then. Polygyny.
More so like a
Polygyny.
man.
But like it's legal.
Polygyny
like,
is the
like,
word
women
with
also-
the guy having the more than
society
one
would
woman.
accept it if it happened, right?
Yeah,
Like,
if
it
it
would be
happened,
like,
exactly.
If it happened, it would be a vibe.
Yeah.
So you guys would be down with it. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. So at least that part is done.
Oh, well, she's piecing up pieces of guys together. That's like, is that like a diss to the guys? Like, I'm not a whole man for you.
No.
And it's cool, like that. They're cool with it.
No.
But why is it an insult to the men?
It's not.
when
I'm
the
saying
men
if you
do
think-
it
if
to
you put it that
women,
way.
it's not an insult.
Because I'm not saying it is. I'm saying she put it that way. She says there's bits and pieces of each guy that I can rock with, and so
It's
I rock
like
with them
how
for that
you have-
reason.
How you have different friends and like one friend you can call if you're going shopping, you know what friend you can call if you want to go out, you know that one friend you do not want to call if you're going out because it's gonna be something else.
Agreed.
It's like you still have different friends and it doesn't mean it's a diss to them.
I actually respect what she's doing because I think it gets weird when you look at it like each guy, like how many different partners, etc., etc. But if you look at it like this is just her sex life or my sex life, then this is what it is. It's not about how many is out there. It's just me, and this is how often I do it. Yeah, the face might change here and there, as much as I make it change, but it's just a relationship between me and my sexuality. Like it's just the one thing.
And, like,
You know
in
what I'm
general,
saying?
Not to talk about specifically her. See,
That's what I'm
the
saying
thing about
too.
it is, back in the day, like women had to depend on a guy. So
True.
the guy can afford to have a bunch of wives because he was providing. You know,
Yeah.
he had
Exactly. It's the
resources,
same. Yeah.
the wealth, and whatever.
Yeah.
But now it gets a little bit tricky because women can now are working for themselves.
Yes.
They earn their own money.
Yes.
They're going to school. They're educated. All this is happening.
Yep.
So because she goes, I don't need your money to survive. I can make my own money,
Mhm.
and I can have as many partners as I want.
Exactly.
So that's where the like little bit of like confusion lies, and
Yeah.
some of us coming from the different cultures and stuff we come in from, it's
Right.
like I still want a wife that's gonna stay at home, probably cook me food when I come home and take care of my children,
Yep.
and then it's at the same time it's like she goes like a woman would go like I'm educated, I'd rather like make my own money. Like, she could still be married or whatever, like, but she's like I'm more independent than women were back in the day. So I just wanted to like point that out.
Yeah.
So do you feel like independent women scare men these
Of
days?
course.
I
They
think so.
do?
They
I
do.
think so also.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think there
I'm-
is a healthy balance of a want and a need in every relationship. So
Right.
a man doesn't want to feel like he's not needed. A man actually needs to feel like he's needed.
Needed,
True.
Of course.
Because
yeah.
then it makes him want to go up and do other things.
Exactly.
But then you have to also want that man there and allow him to
Yeah.
feel that need.
Yeah.
So there has to
But
be a healthy balance.
in that aspect, I feel like too, like I, it's like I wouldn't mind having a woman that would work and bring in money home. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
can share the stuff.
Absolutely.
Because in the day and age too, like expenses, living costs are increasing like crazy, right?
It is.
So like having that burden taken off your back too, it's not like it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So you guys can have even more time to do other activities instead of it all falling on me. So you get to raise the kids more. Like I get to be involved. If I have children, for like I get to be involved in my kids' life a little
Exactly.
bit more. I get to be involved in like the household
The
life.
household life.
I don't think
I really-
that's-
But it hurts the man ego when like the woman make more than you. You know what I mean? And then you probably leave it at her place. She buy the car, like she do. You know what I mean? It just hurts. As a, I don't know how people definitely see it. I know some men they comfortable with that. Personally, I don't feel
Don't
being
feel.
comfortable with my wife.
I got you.
All right, really taking care of me. Like you know what I mean. I should be like she said. I should be the one more near. You know what I mean? Like he's the man.
So
You know what I mean? He's the man. All right.
so you
And
would
it's
switch
you the
places,
woman,
or you
which I
would
respect your
always try
place.
to one up
Listen,
her?
I'm going to treat you as a queen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even if you work, but you make even more money than I do.
Yeah.
But I still want to be like, listen, I take care of this bill. Probably I take care of the house bill. You take care of the electricity, the small bills. I take care, and then probably the money can go for the kids and all that. You know what I mean? But I feel like I have to take the more charge on me. That's how I feel.
And I
You know
can
what I mean?
and I can understand that, and
Yeah.
I can see it, and it's respected. But also, I think because it's just a weird situation. Because I think like that situation about it,
Yeah.
you feeling like maybe it's a blow to an ego
Yeah.
is strictly all about you.
Probably.
It's about
that's
knowing-
That's a personal.
That's what I was
but
gonna.
knowing
I was gonna
yourself-
touch on it.
Personally, yeah.
If you know yourself and be able to identify what you would bring to the table, a woman with what your woman accomplishes would never allow you to be jealous or envious of what she has accomplished.
Right.
Like you should be uplifting and like more supportive in that. And even though she may be making a little bit more, she may be the type of woman who won't try to emasculate you, but your ego will let you. It'll hurt yourself. So, in that
Even
sense,
when she's not trying to do anything.
yeah,
You feel
She
like
can be like, do you want something, or just something little, and it's like blown into your mind.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
she wants to do everything now.
Yeah.
She doesn't want
And-
me to do anything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's not a good
That's gonna
mindset
be
to
a-
walk
it's gonna be
into
a
within
thing.
a relationship. Yeah,
It's gonna be a thing as to how the relationship money pot is set up. Like, is it just whatever we throw in, then we just go in and dibby, or whatever? But like, I was gonna touch on that. Like, I feel like the general sense, like, if you would analyze and say, okay, the men that have an issue with these women getting it more than how they're getting it, I don't think the issue is the women are getting it more. I think you have to dig below that. I really do think psychologically, if you get down to them levels, you will see that the issue is with a woman being that empowered. Like, it's like everything that men were so used to before is like it's on the brink of cracking.
Yeah.
Like, with a woman having that much wherewithal to move around the world, because now she has everything that she needs. Nowadays, it's the money, it's
Right.
the green.
Yeah.
Is she that much closer to any day just get up and either screw on me,
Yeah.
tell me anything that she wants to, and I have to swallow it, or just leave me? I think that's really what that really is about. Not just, okay, she's bringing more money into the house, and I'm not bringing as much this year or something. You
No,
know,
like-
but
Yeah. go
there's
ahead.
something else to it, because I wanted to figure out if you were saying, is it that you would want to trade places with a woman like that, or you would keep that type of a woman, but always like be driven to one up her? Like, okay, she hit the 6-figure mark this year. I'm gonna have to hit
Yeah. Exactly.
that 200 then. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
200,000
That's what I'm saying.
next
Yeah.
year, just to
Next
show her
Next year, just
who's
to
man
show
or
her, yeah,
something.
who's the man.
So
competition.
yeah,
No, but like-
I didn't. So I don't know if you were trying to take away
Healthy
from her.
competition in the couple. You know what I mean?
sometimes
okay.
it can be
if it's
bad.
healthy, then yeah, it can
It can
turn
be
out
bad.
It can hurt.
ugly.
It can hurt
It
badly.
can turn out ugly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just about respect and communication. You guys have to figure out what you want and No, just go from there. Your wife making more than you doesn't make you a lesser man, you know. But it's time for you to, respect her and,
Admire her.
thank you.
Well, yeah. So
I
that
definitely see you guys' point.
But-
That's
it's
a-
gonna
I
say a
feel
lot
like
about how the
just-
woman herself was
Yeah,
groomed.
it's a good advice. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, for you guys, hey, if you guys getting hurt by your woman making more than you guys show up.
I wouldn't want to depend
And
on
then
my
support her.
husband
Yeah,
or my
definitely.
man, because,
You said you would not want to.
yeah, I wouldn't want to depend.
I'm listening. I'm taking it in.
Okay, but at the same time, too, you gotta understand, certain women just don't like. They just trying to be okay. I make more than you, so you better shut up or you better
That's-
get
See,
around.
that's what I was
That's
saying.
the wrong
It's
type
more
of
a
woman.
fear.
That is the,
It's not that fear-driven
when I
relationship.
think, that's when I think the problem comes.
Yeah, that's why I was-
Say, just because it goes on both sides, just because you make more money does
Yeah.
not make you the boss of
Mhm.
the other
The other
person.
person.
Very true.
And then we're seeing that, like
It's a
the man can be
partnership
making
at the end of
anything,
the
and the
day.
woman
Exactly.
could be making zero as far
Right.
as
I feel like
monetarily
I-
getting a check, but she's running everything else, and we're seeing that she wants, it's black. she wants just as much of a respect in that relationship. This is what 2017 is about right now. Find
Well,
something
yeah,
that we can
so-
apply
Yeah.
locally.
Yeah, check this out. So I wanted to ask, right?
Okay.
What you guys because going back to the point we were talking about, so you guys don't mind, like, it's not a big deal if a girl has multiple partners as long as they know about it and everything's good with it. Just to like, are we? Because we went to the marriage having like, the
The
woman taking
money.
control, all that stuff. That's what I wanted to.
One more question.
Yeah.
Like we had discussed this before off tape, of whatever. But what he asked, you think just the girl because she has a specific amount of guys she slept with,
Right.
does that devalue
Yeah.
her
For
in,
marriage.
in terms of marriage or who she is as a person, or like it's like, oh, you've been ranked or
Like your number's up there. Like you're useless. Is that a thing we're
is
doing?
that like a thing?
Is that like acceptable?
I think that it depends on the individual as to how they plan on judging that other party. And just because the person is going through this period in life doesn't mean that that is the woman that you would marry. Because again, to have the woman that you would marry, she has to have been through some things. And you can't be condemned for life because life makes you who you are. And that might be exactly that person that you love. And had she not gone through everything, who would you end up with?
Yeah, I understand what she's saying.
You know what I'm
because,
saying?
yeah, in my culture, they say someone old is someone new. Like, someone old stuff is someone new stuff. Like,
Yeah.
the old, like, okay, let's say someone bought a car, okay, first user. Okay, someone's going to get that car and be like, this is my new car. You know what I mean? So, like she said, like, it's that car is going to carry past of the first user. You know what I mean? But as you as a new user too, you feel like this is a brand new car. Even this is my new car.
Yeah,
even
that-
if it's not your brand new
No,
car.
it's because
But
One
the
man's
question I
trash is
wanted to,
another
we were
man's
asking,
treasure.
we were talking about
Yeah.
before
Right.
was even
Yeah.
like, you know how they say like a guy can have multiple, like they say like it's a guy, like you know the saying like a guy's like a master key. If he's slept with a lot of women or something, it's a good thing because it means he
Yeah.
knows how to deal with women or whatever.
exactly, it's a
But
plan.
it's
If
the
a
other
woman
way
has been
around.
with a lot of women, with a lot of guys, it
And
means she's
women.
like a broken lock.
She's a hoe.
She's just out on these streets.
She's
There's
a
the
buster
double
around.
standard, right?
That's the double
So,
standard.
would you want to be with personally like? Would you want to be with a person that has like their like partner count is high, or would you want to be with a person that like has a low body count? Because
Alright.
even if it's low, it can be that they can be out here mentally and stuff. But does that bother you? Does like
The number doesn't matter to me. Me personally, I wouldn't even ask about it.
okay?
Me, that bothers me.
Okay, so
That
can I
does
jump
just
in?
bother me.
No,
Go
I want to
ahead, go ahead,
see.
keep
I
going,
want to
keep
see.
going,
Like,
keep
okay,
going,
go
Nate.
for it.
Go for it, Nate.
All right, so
Sure.
I think we're groomed with that type of stuff to be a factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like coming up as a young guy, we all know we're virgins ourselves at some point, and then you're looking to see who's the virgin. You know, it's like a young thing to do. You know, not but growing more into your manhood, you know, it's still there. It lingers a little bit, but like for me personally, I realize that's something that you have to drop. You just have to drop it. You know?
Yeah.
Because you see, okay, like once you move on to like the second person, third, fourth, fifth, whatever,
Right.
you see that it's still you, like, and you're growing and you learn from all of that. Like, why would you? Let's say that's your sister, man. And you see the guy talking about her like that. Why would you be wanting to think less of her? Because it could be her number could be whatever it is based on no fault of her own. Just like how we know, like, guys just, you know, I mean, I guess we can assume that guys go in and go out. They really chase after the number. But sometimes, you know, your number be moving and it has nothing to do with you or what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
My thing is, meaning you could be in a relationship and the person just keeps breaking up with you. Like, you know?
Exactly.
Like, it ain't nothing. It's not like you're trying to jump from a guy to a guy. It's just stuff is just not working out. And now you're gonna hold it against that person just
I get it,
because.
I get
My
it.
thing is, look, if you're trying to be with the person genuinely, you should not. Like for me, I only be looking for like a few things.
Okay.
Am I attractive
Okay.
to her? Am I attracted to her?
Okay.
Am I able to please her? And is she able to reciprocate? You see? And do I see the potential for us to grow?
Right.
Now, it's like, what the heck does
That's
the past
important,
have to
right?
do with any of those factors? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you weren't there, and if she's bringing all that stuff to you, saying, "Look, that's all stuff that made me who you're looking at and
Yeah.
who you're getting to know."
Yeah.
Come on
I
now.
have a question.
You can't like the result. You can't like
Like
a
the-
guy
okay.
being the star and being a champion
Yeah.
and not like what he had to do to be
get
that.
Like the
Yeah.
condition.
You see what I'm saying?
I have one question.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Before you start though, I just want to know why he doesn't
them.
like. Oh, okay, to them.
To them.
Especially him from what he just said.
Go for it.
Shit.
I'm not against it. I don't care about the body count. But let's say you're with your girl and every time you go out, there's this new guy like, hey.
Yeah,
Like-
well,
like
obviously.
in,
Okay.
Yeah.
She's he's wait.
I thought of that. Yeah, I thought of that. I thought of that.
Heart thing, everything. So you ask her, so who is that? Oh, my ex. Every single
Every
guy.
single-
you
It ain't gonna be
done
every
like
guy.
10
But I get it.
But like it's
But
more.
I get it.
It happens
No,
more
I'm
casually
telling
than
you,
like it's more often.
You've met like about 15 guys, and
Yeah.
all of them she's telling you, oh, that was my ex, oh, that was my ex, and they're all like all cool and all like, oh. Would you feel some type of way?
But look, man. Okay, I can answer it two ways, but I think I'm gonna take the less. Look, if we just flip it, we can play the flip game. We're about to go into the flip of all of this anyway. If this was a guy, how is it that woman gets blushy and gets like turned on or just amused? Period. That the guy that they're with was with all these other women, but yet he chose her. Like he ended up with her and he settled with her,
I'm
and
not
like
gonna-
she's
I'm
the
not
one.
gonna-
She's the
I
prize
still
right
feel
now.
some type of way.
Women be feeling
I
some
am
type of way
not
about the
going to
numbers
lie
still,
to
bro.
you.
Yeah.
They're out here feeling like it's a certain point. It's like blushing for.
Well,
But no,
okay,
I'm
but if
just-
he knows what he's doing, you're gonna know like that's because he practiced. but anything, anyways, here's how I would look at it. Here's how I would look at it.
It's not like something that would make me feel like, oh, he
Wait,
has all
I just
these
want him to
numbers,
counter
now
that
it's my
vibe though. With the
turn.
same energy, I want him to counter what he was saying.
Well, I want to answer too.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
But okay, so here's how I would look at that situation. I would look at it like, sucks to be you.
Who?
Ooh.
The guy.
Oh.
Sucks to be y'all. I don't care how many. I'm the guy now. Like, she's, I don't know if I can say it, but she's getting wet for me now. And she's doing everything that I would like from her. And I'm doing things that make her stay around. So, like, if you, I'm telling you,
So you
really,
put
it's
in
based
mind
on if you
as
really
you
treasure
as
what
the
you
person.
have. If you really treasure what you have in the current, none of that stuff would bother you because you really like what you got. And the past, it's one thing, I guess, if you grew up with her and like she was doing all that stuff when
Yeah.
he was right there.
was
Like you were right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
I know what
if you weren't
I know.
there, like why are you so mad?
Like, listen, that's life. You know what I mean? Like,
Again, let me tell you, if I was there all this time, I feel like I wouldn't mind. First of all,
no, I don't have mine.
let me tell you,
Dude.
Because I know
First
you. I
of-
knew you. I
Yeah.
knew who you were. I knew your life. So,
I wouldn't mind.
Well,
because
it's not
you-
that-
this
It's
is
kind of
the
like
thing.
she chose against you over and over though, and
Exactly.
then like save you for last.
That's
But if
some-
that wasn't the situation, it's
But
like
wait, okay.
That's
So
But let
why
him go.
wouldn't you like it though? Why wouldn't you like a girl that had like a multiple like partners before you vibes?
why I would not like it?
I don't ask the question.
Why?
Like, what?
You
Well,
feel like she
I don't
has
wanna
a
know
lot
that
of
number
experience?
You said you wouldn't
necessarily.
like the
No,
body
but go ahead.
count.
You
You
said
wouldn't
you
like to
don't
know
mind.
that
I
she
wanna
had a
see
big
why he
body
says
count.
he
No, I never say that. I say it like.
What?
I don't think he said
No,
that.
no.
Well,
I
you
don't think
kinda
understand
said
what I say. I
it's
say
not-
like
yeah.
some like someone old stuff is someone new stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't mind her past. Like I don't really mind her past.
You
That's what I say.
okay?
So,
Okay.
But
Yeah,
you were
you
kind of
know,
hinting that it's not as respectable though for her to be.
No, there was a
No.
time he says I
Doing
don't
her
like
thing.
it, and then he said I like it, but
No. What I say is like I just don't like the fact
But
that
the conversation
You
may have
watched
changed
this on
his
the
opinion.
podcast.
Like maybe we changed his mind about it. I don't know.
I just wanted to see what the vibe was, the energy vibes. You know what I mean?
Hold up.
Does that bother you? Does like
The number doesn't matter to me. Me personally, I wouldn't even ask about it.
okay,
me that bothers me.
Okay,
That just bothers me.
but
the energy shift.
yeah, no, it's good. Well, like you know, it's good.
Yeah.
This is on record. This is good.
If you accept her, you accept her past and future and present. You know.
you know,
This is
Then-
if my friend was up there like that, and I've been there through all the relationships,
dig into it.
I wouldn't mind it, cause it's like you've been there. If you really wanted to be with her or like be with him, you could have saved something. You could have saved her all those numbers. So now, why would you get mad that she's been through all these men when you were there? It's like, oh, now you want your
That's
turn.
really
but now you're
one-sided
gonna
though,
be-
Teresa.
Wait, I just want to start off by asking, why do you say it was one-sided? I wanted to ask that.
Because she's coming at it from the angle of, well, what the heck? You was there for like the 5 years us growing up,
Yeah.
and you didn't say nothing. You watched me pick Jimmy, John, and Joe, and all this stuff, and you never like show me your hand. Like you had to play. Why didn't you play it? And I'm saying, a lot of the. Okay, let's just call it a wash. 50-50. It could be the guy let his intentions be known. Like, hey, I kind of like want to do more than friends. And then she's just like, nah, you ain't that yet for me. Nah.
No, I'm saying
And then you gotta just bite that.
on both sides, not just saying like just me as a girl, like just the girl.
So you're saying even if he
saying-
knows, why didn't he step his game up or something?
No, I'm saying like it doesn't. I'm not saying just me. Like, oh, you watched me as like you watched the girl. I'm saying the girl watched you too, and like, why do I feel bothered? First of all, I feel like I would know more of like what you went through even with your relationship, meaning I would understand better than just knowing you just have a body count and I don't know anything about it, and every single person I'm meeting, oh,
Hello.
Hello.
is your ex.
How you doing?
What am I dating? A
Wow,
football team? Like, what is going on? That's what I'm saying.
You're not dating these people.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's what I'm
The
saying.
past,
That's
like-
an infantile way of looking
you
at
still-
it, man.
That's the past.
What do you mean you're not? You dated them.
No, no, just because you have sex with someone doesn't mean you have to date. I think that's what he's getting at.
And I'm saying that's still
It's more like you
something
move on
that's
type of stuff.
it's a past time that's
Yeah.
not affecting the present. Period.
I get it. And
Except when you go back there, because you're like,
That's-
oh, is he the ex?
Shen, I am saying.
And then you're like trying to go back to when they were in bed or something in your
This is
mind.
what
It's
I'm
like,
saying. I am
She said
saying
she
I
didn't
do
know.
not mind the body count. It just becomes an issue personally. If I'm gonna meet each and every single girl I'm meeting, now is your ex.
well,
See, now
let's
I
move
believe,
out of town then.
I believe me and Shin had a conversation about this before, and it was when we meet somebody, if it was more than just a regular type of friendship,
Oh,
would
yeah,
you
we
let me
did.
know, like that something more went on? with you guys, so that I'd be a little privy to what type of
You have to?
interaction.
Like, is that? Do you think?
So
you
this
should?
is what I'm about to say,
Because the final.
because I just wanted to set the tone with that. And this is weird, having this type of talk with someone you're dating, but gotta keep it funky, keep your cards on the table.
Talk about it.
Just because you don't talk about certain things doesn't mean that you're lying. And it also doesn't mean that you are ashamed of them.
Or it's need to know information.
And everything you want to know, you don't always need to know. Because
Yeah.
sometimes when you know things that
Things
you
change,
think you
yeah.
want to
It's
know,
not
it makes
not
you feel
something-
different. So to ask these questions all the time, because we always want to know where people come from and what you've been through. Sometimes
It's
quit
better
asking
told,
so
right?
many fucking questions when you weren't
No.
there in that time
Yeah.
frame.
Right in the eyes,
I'm
my
just
guy.
saying,
Yeah.
my past is my past,
Like,
so don't ask
Because
me.
you might think you want to know
What?
something, and it pulls you down.
Wait.
I am speaking. I'm speaking from a place where I ask you, oh, who was that? Maybe I was asking, was that your friend or
Yeah.
something? And then you come about and you tell me it was your ex, or you hooked up with a person. It's not like I'm out there.
So if I just give
bitching
a-
for it. But if you give it to me,
Sharon is
after-
restless about this stuff.
Yeah, all I'm saying is,
Ah,
once you go down that road of being bothered by exes, you never know where that road will take you.
That's why you can't ask.
So, like, okay, you might be saying, it might start off without nothing about ex. Like, okay, were you
She's
able to
saying
do
she's not
something
like, this is the thing
sexually?
I'm guessing.
And then
from
you
this,
say, like, yeah, that one time.
I'm getting.
And then it's like, oh, okay. And then you hear about the count.
Well, you
And
know
then you're
that's
like,
not
was he the
Teresa-
guy?
But you know that's
And
not
then-
Teresa's argument
that's
at
not
all.
what she's saying.
That's not
She's
Teresa's
saying
argument.
She doesn't mind you having a bunch
Yeah,
of
she
chicks
always
on the past or
does.
whatever, right?
Always.
But if you and her were dating, right, and then you
I
guys
love
go
it.
out, just like
It
if
is
you were like, let's say you meet Shorty on the way, you go to the movies. Chick that works there is like, oh Shan, how you doing? She's spicy. She's like, she's got history. You turn around. Chick that's selling the popcorn. Yo, Shan, what's going on? You good, bro? You turn around. The ticket cutting lady. Yo, Shan, how you doing?
Maybe I was the manager of that joint.
That's you. That's why I was my
She's
co-worker.
saying
Yeah,
at
that
some
was my
point-
co-worker.
for you to tell me. I am not saying, oh, is that your ex too? Is that your ex too? Oh, is that your ex? It's not. I'm not saying that.
But it's
you,
just
the
more
one
like-
who's gonna tell me if you want.
just becomes
So
too much
what's
at
the
some
issue?
point.
The guy, the person revealing these past relationships? Like, they shouldn't be talking about it
I
to
don't
you?
think it's an issue. It just
What is she saying is the issue?
It just sometimes you cannot be walking with somebody on the road and every girl you see keep
Or
looking,
every- or
turning,
every
be like,
man
hey
you
boy,
see or like-
you know, like
They don't have to.
She's
Not
saying
everybody's
that
gonna
scenario
be.
if it
And
happens,
that's-
shit. This is if
Shit
it
is
happens.
I know.
We're not talking about like this is not gonna happen. She says
You're
if
right.
this whole thing is with an if, right? So like if this
Okay.
happened, this would be the energy should have.
Okay, but but that's like given. It's understandable, I guess.
That's it. Like
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying.
So-
I'm not saying
With that.
anything more.
But that's so like pigeonholy, like.
But sometimes people live like that.
Because it's not like a probable. It's not like, okay, somebody's gonna have all these exes that want to always say hi when they see me with my girl.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true, too.
what are the math? Like,
you're living in a small
okay, of course
city.
that's gonna be a thing if it happens.
Said it was a scenario the way you can.
Yeah, you just like
Right
yeah,
now.
Because I thought she was coming from a more like general. Like,
it was my guy
stand on
was
your
the
own
one,
two
but
legs.
he switched up on us, so that's a vibe. My guy he was the one with that spicy vibe.
No.
But okay,
Yeah.
so you guys just
Don't care
again,
about the
I'm
vibe.
saying I'm still coming back to the point.
Okay.
If the chick has multiple partners and she's open about it,
Yeah.
let's say even as a guy, I'm single, right? Like you guys, like you're all single.
Okay.
You're single, or you guys, a guy. If a person comes out to you and openly goes, "I'm not ready to settle down in a relationship.
Right.
I want to,
Just have sex.
Friends with
I want to
benefits.
just, this is what it is." They let you know openly, like the show, and then they go, "Yeah." Do you think it is more if a woman does that? Do you think society accepts it? And if they accept it, do you think it's I don't know how to ask, like, do you think it's like one of those things, it's like yeah but it's like a hype but it's not fully accepted, like how
Morally, it's not acceptable.
Exactly.
But in 2017,
so it's not but it's not acceptable for guys as well to do this, is that what you're saying?
yeah, it's not
Morally,
Morally,
overall, it's not
It's not
acceptable.
Acceptable.
But also, I think that more people do accept it,
Yeah.
although they won't speak on it
Right.
because they're more private about their life.
Yeah.
Because there's so many judgmental people.
a lot.
So, and some people care how other people view them.
And even the ones that accept you, they're like, you turn around, they're like, oh, that's the whole, that's
Yeah.
the, like,
I'll
that's
stay
the
away
girl,
from
Exactly.
her.
I
Stay
still
away
take your
from
man
me.
next
The judgment.
to her, but yet
Exactly.
you were just here like, hey,
Bye-bye.
girl, get
In
your
my
thing
face.
and all
Yeah.
stuff.
Ooh.
So it's like really.
Bah.
That's
No,
what I'm saying.
Honestly, I would never accept that because first I
You
can't-
never accept
like-
what? Just make it clear. I'm just trying to see.
No, I would
So when he
never
recants
accept it.
again.
Now say I would never accept
Accept
it.
what?
Except
The fact that she tells me that she's openly that she's
hooking up with other guys.
She's open up with.
Oh, and that's your right. Then you just leave.
Exactly.
And
Because
she'll
first,
replace
like
your
I say-
application.
Exactly. At the beginning, like I said at the beginning, I want to protect. I want to be protected. I want to make sure I'm safe. I'm safe, like sexually. You know what I mean? And second time, I wanna have you for me. Like, you know what I mean? I wanna just have you just for me. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody else to. You
but
know
she's
what I mean?
But
letting
if
you
you-
know you're not the only one.
Okay, that's what I'm
So
saying.
you
yeah,
staying
saying,
there
yeah,
is
I'm
your
cutting
own
off. I'm-
decision.
She wanted to be loved, young and in love, and there's
Yeah,
nothing
I
wrong
would
with
live.
that.
I would live. I'm
I
not
also
even like.
want to say, just because you are in a relationship with one person, if
Right.
you're not immune to getting these STDs you're talking about, unless
Always get
Very
you
true.
check
tested.
this person before you slept with them.
Very
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
every time you have to rub
That's true.
that candy, like.
That's true.
Even
Rub
with
that
that,
candy.
still.
What does it
Even
say?
with that.
I'm lost.
But,
What's
um,
the-
Rub it up,
Wrap it up,
wrap it up.
I thought you said raw candy.
Yeah, the candy, like, so, yeah.
Pee.
I would say that
Wear it.
I feel like
Protect yourself, yeah.
society's on the cusp of all that wave flipping, like turning. But yeah, openly, it's not that accepted. But we all know that it's going on. We just don't want to hear it. Society don't want to hear that, you know,
Exactly. It's-
everybody
it
that's out
happens.
here doing what they do,
Yeah.
they're displaying and they're saying and they're broadcasting that they're doing what they do.
So
They just
with-
want to know
with time,
and then
these
have
things-
that,
Yep.
just have that, yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
of have that private life yourself.
Keep
Yeah,
the
but
line
we
the
all
private
know, we all know people are doing what they do.
Absolutely.
That
Like-
is very, very true.
Come on now.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to tune in next week for the new episodes of Allegedly. Yeah.
And don't forget to share, like,
Subscribe and comment your opinions and tell us how you feel. It's
Let
been
us know.
awesome. Let us know.
we want to feel connected. See you next time.
Another.